Hey guys, this is Jimmy from Primer Is Best, and I'm kind of showing you, I live in East Tennessee. Let me start off by saying that, and it is about 96 degrees, and with the humidity I think it's 101, so it's pretty warm out here. And just going to talk to you a few minutes today. Hope that you don't get too bored with the video, but I'm doing the best I can. I want you, if you get an opportunity, to check out my friend Jonboy's Pro Wash. Sorry guys, I guess the sun's getting to me. Jonboy's Pro Wash. And he does pressure washing and stuff, and he's going to pressure wash our home. And I think my wife was talking to him, Miss PIB. I think he's going to do the driveway, you know, the roof, and, you know, the side of the house. That East Tennessee, I don't know if you've ever been here or not. You know, I'd like to go to Arizona one day. Arizona, just some states out west. I've never been out west. This is all I know is, you know, kind of like Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia area. And, you know, you can see there's some, wait a minute, maybe I can make the, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's some mold up there along the vinyl siding there. And, you know, the roof needs pressure washed and all that anyway. He's going to pressure wash the house, Jonboy's Pro Wash. Check him out and you'll get to see. I'm assuming he does it. He puts a lot of videos out, and I'm assuming he will probably do one on this house too. So, I used to work with him. He's a really good guy. And if you would subscribe to his YouTube channel, I would be most grateful. Him and his wife both are real good folks. And his children, has some beautiful children too. And anyway, getting back to, if you do watch his YouTube channel, be sure to mention that you heard about him from Primer Is Best, would you? I know he'd get a big kick out of it, and I would too. Anyway, there's nothing in this garage. This is where I kept the 85 C10 truck, Chevy truck, Tyler. You know, I sold it. And but he's going to clean up, you know, all this pressure washing. It's like I don't know anything about pressure washing. I've never had a pressure washer, but he's going to do like a soft soap, soft something. And he'll explain it in the video if you're curious. But he's going to do the sides and you know, side of the house and stuff. I don't know how it gets so dirty in between here. It's just barely big enough for me to walk through, but it does. From the trees, I'm assuming. Anyway, there's a lot I need to do. Anyway, he's going to do the driveway and all this stuff. And let's see. In this garage, I have a 2008 Lincoln MKZ. In this one, I have a 2005 Scion XB. And of course, I got the cat-eye truck. I don't have a garage big enough to put it in. And boy, this turned out to be a real good truck. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you the house, and you can kind of see where it's got a little mold. Had this done several years ago, and it's time to do it again. But I'll tell you what I'm doing now. You can tell all this grass, we've had a lot of rain. So this is, I think, day 2 of not having any rain. That's my whole point. So the yard's kind of drying up a little bit. Just a little. So I'm going back here with my 84 C10 truck. Boy, it looks empty around here. Normally my 78 C10 truck, Billy James, is sitting here, but it is at GM Tim 38 on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel. His name is Brian, and he's a real good friend of mine. Real good friend, him and Tim Dixon. Anyway, it's normally sitting back here. So I just have the one truck, and it's kind of hard to believe I only have one sitting here. But that's the case for today. As you know, if you've been watching my videos, I bought a 66 Chevy C10 truck. It's still over at GM Tim 38s. And I have been buying parts for it. And today in the mail, when we got home, I got these. So I got the maybe I can show you this stuff. It's the turn signal lens for the hood of the 66, and I got new hard to do this one hand, turn signal lens bezels. Maybe you can see that. Anyway, it's the aluminum. Now you can kind of see it instead of me trying to figure out how this is backed up. Anyway, I got that, and see, also I have for the truck that's already come in, I think I showed you, but I'm not for sure, so just in case, I got new locks, new door locks for it, new ignition key, new glove box key, you know, the whole set for a 66. And it seemed like I got some more stuff. On the 66, it's over at Brian's. Be sure to watch his videos because he's working on it. He's putting brakes on it. He might already have them done by the time you see this video. He's putting brakes on it, and he's going to do a whole bunch of stuff to it. Anyway, my point is, I think I'm going to run truck rallies on it, at least for a while. It's a 66 sitting on a 71 Chevy frame, truck frame. If you're interested in seeing it, just go back several videos on Primered is Best. That's what you're watching now, and you can see it. I mean, I try to kind of document everything on an old truck or an old car, and for years now it's been old trucks. I used to be into old cars, and I've kind of switched to old trucks. And so if one day, you know, like I say, a lot of times, one day, if someone is really interested in buying one from me, you know, I always tell them to go back in my video history and look at all the videos from start to where it's at today. You know, I try to document so you can see if it's something you're interested in. All my stuff is not perfect. It never will be as long as I have it. So that's just to let you know that, hey, you know, I'm not interested in it, or hey, this is my cup of tea, which is primered spots, you know, patina. You know, I done all this myself, you know, rattle can painted it, put my own patina on it, and I got videos on this, you know, I sprayed brown paint all over it, every place on it. You know, I done this here where it looks like the keys were rubbing. You know, I done this where it looks like the gas, you know, you put your finger in there, you know, rub the paint off. If this truck was I'm sounding like Elmer Fudd. It's hot, guys, and I'm tired. This truck was originally all this color, you know, kind of a sand color, and I've two-toned it. But at the factory, they would have painted it all this one color and then put the top, which I painted, and this bottom white, if that's the way it came out. I just kind of put my own touch on it because it needed something, I think. My opinion, I like this color. It doesn't show dirt or nothing. I like that. Then we put Penetrol on it, so, and it needs another coat of Penetrol. But, I mean, it's still shiny. It's like clear coat, and I have lots of videos on that too if you'd like to watch. Just go to, you need to subscribe to the channel, Primered is Best, if you think you might be interested in something like this. Painted the headlight bezels, grill, put the bumper guards on, new air dam, you know, blah, 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 blah. You just watch the videos on, and this truck's name is Left Turn Bill. I always name my trucks. So, Left Turn Bill was a real person. Him and his wife have passed away. I know I've told you this before, but just in case you're new to the channel, and let me get this out of the way. Somebody's going to say, what size tires? 255 70-15s on 15x8 truck rallies. I've got the Corvette Beauty ring on it. Anyway, Left Turn Bill and his wife. Left Turn Bill, I'm not going to say his real name. They're both deceased, unfortunately, and I never met them. This truck was at an auction. After they passed away, they had a huge cattle farm. And this truck was at the auction. There's the auction number. And I wound up with the truck, making a long story short. So, it was born a 6-cylinder, 3-speed on the column. It's now a V8 350 with a 4-speed in it. But my point is, getting back to why I'm back here with this truck. I'm going to start the truck in just a minute. Let it run for a few minutes because I don't know when I'll be able to come back here and do this again for a while. Could be soon, could be later. I don't know. And the reason I'm saying that is, unfortunately, you know, God has a plan. God always has a plan. He knows how many hairs are on your arm, on your head. Of course, in either case, I don't have, there's not much to count, especially on my head. I used to have a head full of hair, and it's gone now. Let me see if I can, see what I mean? Anyway, my mother-in-law. I know I've made a lot of videos talking about my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is 94, and she's been in a nursing home, assisted living, and now we've had to call in hospice. And so I don't know how much time, you know, she has left. She's and I'm speaking for myself and for my wife too. We're both in agreement. My mother-in-law had one of those papers signed, do not resuscitate or whatever. So I'm going to get that done too. I told my wife, Mrs. PIB, if I get, you know, in bad shape, I'm 66, I'll soon be 67. I mean, I don't know how much, most of my folks live to, you know, 78, 80, something like that. So, I mean, I don't know how much time I have left, hopefully a long time, but only the Lord knows that for sure, doesn't he? So I'm going to get one of those papers where you sign and say, do not resuscitate. If it's my time and the Lord's calling me, wanting me to come, then I'm just going to go ahead. And my wife is in total agreement with me. So that's why I'm going to show you what I'm about to do now on this truck. And I've already done it to the Lincoln MKZ that I just showed you in the other garage. And the 2005 Scion XB, we call it Xbox. But as you can see, it's been a while since I've been back here. The spiders is everywhere. And so I'm giving you pre-warning, hanging off the bumpers and stuff. And that's good, really. I mean, it catches all kinds of things before they actually get in the garage. But man, it's... Anyway, I'm going to give this thing a try. We've been spending most, if not all of our time at the assisted living. But now, my mother-in-law had a massive stroke, and it affected her brain. And so she was in a facility, you know, for behavioral problems, you know. But when she's on medication, I mean, they're trying to find the right medication for her, you know, to control all that. And so now, I mean, today she was fine, but she has congestive heart failure. And her heart is barely pumping, just a little bit, you know. So, I mean, and, you know, she keeps telling me and my wife, you know, something's not right, you know, when she's coherent. It's hard to explain, and I don't want to get into details too much, but it's really hard. And so, you know, I want to tell you again, I appreciate y'all watching the videos on Primer is Best and my second YouTube channel, Man on a Budget. It means a lot to my wife and myself. This is the most unusual summer for us. You know, I don't get to play with trucks very much, so I kind of count on y'all to send me videos to keep my channel going. Primer is Best. You know, you start when you don't put videos up very often, you know, people will unsubscribe. And even, I know I've told you this before, but it's, I guess, worth mentioning again. I watch a guy that fishes. I like to go fishing, and his name is Catfish Dave, and he's out of somewhere around Loudon, Tennessee. That's in East Tennessee too. So he's in Loudon, Tennessee, and he was talking here a few weeks ago or a month ago, maybe longer. I don't know. Time is just... Anyway, he was talking about, you know, if you have a YouTube channel, you need to keep videos coming, you know, uploading, putting them up. Otherwise, your YouTube subscribers will find someone else to watch, and then they will unsubscribe to you, you know. And you know, I'm doing the best I can, you know, with the time allotted here for Mrs. PIB and myself. So, I mean, now we have 2 homes to take care of, you know, 2 sets of bills for our house and my mother-in-law's house, you know, utilities, insurance, blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. So, I mean, we stay quite busy. And I do my best to answer every comment somebody posts on my video. You know, I might answer 1 or 2 and then get back to doing what I was doing or whatever. But I try to answer all of them. So if I haven't answered yours, I apologize. I'm doing my best. But, anyway, that's probably more than you needed to know. But anyway, I don't know how much longer my mother-in-law has. So if you'd pray for us or pray for my mother-in-law. Like I said, they called hospice in. And so they're going to keep her comfortable, which is important to us. And to make sure that, you know, she is, you know, I was holding her. You know, I was holding her close to me, to my chest. You know, she was laying there and I was talking to her and I told her, you know, we're all going to be standing in front of the Lord. And I said, you know what? I said, when you are standing in front of the Lord and you see me, I said, I want you to grin from ear to ear because we'll be together forever and ever. And I said, I just want you to grin from ear to ear. I want to see them pearly white teeth. And, you know, I said, I don't know if she really knows what I'm talking about. She does, but, you know, I'm trying to give words of encouragement. You know, she doesn't know what's going on with her. Not, you know, we sing gospel hymns, you know, read out of the Bible and stuff to her, and she. Anyway, okay, what am I doing today? I'm sorry. I get emotional sometimes, guys, and I apologize. But okay, here we go. The pro washing, Jonboy's Pro Wash. Don't forget about him to subscribe, please. Anyway, he's going to wash back part of the house, and the garage, I mean, everything. He's a real good guy, going to wash this building. And, you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect back here. I mean, I don't really care. I mean, with all the trees and stuff around here, you get tree sap and, you know, everything else. It doesn't really matter to me. But I think he's just going to kind of hit it. And I told him, I said, you don't have to be a good job because the first time it rains real hard again, I mean, it's going to be like this again. So, you know, really, if you just want to hit it, fine. If you don't, you know, you ain't going to hear no gripes from me. I'm pretty easy to get along with. But my point is that the chemicals. I went blank for a minute. The chemicals he uses, I don't want them to get on the hood of this truck. So I'm going to tarp this thing up, you know, so the chemicals, not that it matters on this truck. Man, this thing is dirty. I'm going to put a tarp over the front of it and stuff, you know, in case some of the chemicals was to come through and get on the hood or fender or whatever. I mean, that's the good thing about having a Patina style truck. I mean, even if it does, pretty sure I can fix it. Just repaint it. So no big deal. But, you know, I don't know when I'll get to it. So I don't. Anyway, I think I put the key in here, I think. Let's start it up because I haven't started it in a long time. And I don't know when I'll get to again. Could be 2 days from now. Could be, I don't know. See, I'm tired, guys. I need to put the battery cable on, don't I? That was quite embarrassing. Here's the motor, by the way, and it's dirty again too, isn't it? Trying to find here it is. I always disconnect batteries on old cars and trucks if I'm not driving them, especially, and that's why I have this here. I just ran into a spider web myself. So, but spider webs are good. I mean, they're catching stuff. So hopefully I got a good battery connection. Now this, if you're new to the channel, this might be a little bit loud. Left Turn Bill's got a cam in this 350 and it's kind of loud, okay? It's been a while since I've started it, so bear with me. Come on, Left Turn Bill, you can do it, buddy. If you talk nice to them, they always start, don't they? Make sure I got it out of gear. Yeah. This is the insides of it. If you've never seen it, it's got a split right here, but that doesn't bother me. Like I said, I'm in the Patina, and this looks pretty good. Brian, I'm sorry, GM1038 on YouTube. His name is Brian. Him and his dad put the 350 in, kind of freshened it up for me. We've had new exhaust, all new brakes, brake lines, and I mean metal and rubber, all new brakes. I know you're thinking, boy, that's a big old piece of crap truck. But yeah, it probably is, but I like it. And I want to give a big old shout out too, and I think I do this just about every video, to Tim Dixon at Gas X Shop. He done a lot of metal work on this truck. As you can tell, it's getting a little bit smoky. Haven't started it in a while, but Tim practically, I mean, he fixed a lot of rust in this truck. And the reason there was rust in this truck, I know sometimes in videos I say the round headlight trucks are more prone to rust. Well, this truck has worked on a farm its whole life, since brand new. When Left Turn Bill bought it, it went right out in the farm, started working, and it had a lot of cow manure in it under the frame and this, that, and other. The frame is great. Before anybody says anything, the frame is great. It was just the body panels where, you know, on the other side, this whole piece has been replaced. But Tim done a great job fixing this truck. And you know, guys, I'm always attracted to cars and trucks that I guess you could say they're on their deathbed, or I try to give them a second chance. And GM Tim's that way too. GM Tim 38. I think you'll like his channel if you'll subscribe. But we're just kind of, I guess we're both kind of nutty. I keep calling him my son, because, you know, he's at the age really he could have been my son, but he's not. But anyway, he belongs to my friend Charlie. That's his son. But I just tease him a lot. We tease each other. Anyway, he's the same way I am. He likes to give things a second shot. And the reason I'm saying that is because his 1969 GMC, he's buying parts for it. It's a 69 GMC. Right now it's a step side. I don't know if he's going to make it fleet side or keep it step side. But he's buying parts for it. And I think he's going to LS it. I'm not sure. But just watch his videos and he'll tell you what's going on with it. He's going to rebuild the transmission too. I think he's putting a, what is it, L86, 4L, I don't know. He's mechanically inclined. I am not. I'm just as dumb as a box of rocks. But anyway, I'm going to let this run for just a minute because I don't know when I'll be back here again. And I just wanted to tell you what's going on in our lives. My wife and I, of course, my mother-in-law. And we're the only two folks here that are family to take care of her. My wife's brother lives all the way out in California. That's where my wife is from, Mrs. PIB. She's from California. So it's amazing how the Lord works sometimes, that you get you find your partner for life that came from the other side of the country. So I know this is getting kind of smoky, guys. I'm just going to let it run a few minutes just because it'd be good for it. I'm going to turn it off and put this tarp over it in case some of those chemicals come in on it there. And just want to remind you again, if you're new to the channel or just found this video by pure coincidence, or the Lord sent you to it, or I mean, I don't know, but if you'd like to send me a video of your old car or your old truck, please send me a video. Turn your phone this way, sideways, just like mine is. You get a full screen. Please, no music or no foul language, please. I can't put it on YouTube. Besides that, my grandkids, they watch my channel every once in a while. But you can send me a video of your old car or truck, one you just found, one you just bought, one you just traded for. It can be car or truck. It can be Mercury, Nash, Pontiac. I mean, I don't care. Dodge truck, fine. Send me a video of what you're working on. I enjoy seeing someone else's. And as I said, I'm trying to keep the videos coming in to keep my channel going. Private is best. So it means a lot to my wife and myself. And the comments y'all send are so awesome. Sometimes my wife and I mean, I don't mind telling you, sometimes we just break down and cry because we're just overwhelmed by the kindness that you guys show to us. Anyway, send me a video to primateisbest@comcast.net. Or I'm on Facebook, Primate is Best, Facebook Messenger, Primate is Best, or Instagram Messenger, Primate is Best. Send me a video 2 or 3 minutes long. If you send it too big, I can't get it. If it needs to be longer than 2 or 3 minutes, just stop the video and then start another video and just continue from where you left off. My wife can put it together. And I put the videos up in the order that I receive them. So if you don't see it for a few days, please be patient. And once again, we have a lot going on in our lives right now. But, you know, if you send me a video of what you're working on, or if you've already sent me a video and you've made improvements, or, you know, please send me another video. I enjoy seeing other people's stuff. I honestly do. It doesn't have, I see mine all the time whenever I get out here, but, you know, seeing someone else's is a real treat for us, and it means so much to us. I'm just trying to keep the channel going so my subscribers won't leave. This is a small channel, and I feel like, you know, on this channel, Primate is Best, I feel like I've, you know, struggled to get every subscriber I got. I contacted YouTube the other day because they weren't putting commercials on like they're supposed to. You know, a certain length of videos that you can have so many commercials, and you can't call YouTube. You just have to go through, you know, YouTube Home, blah blah blah. Anyway, it's a big long process. Finally got a hold of this young lady. I'm assuming she's a young lady. Had a girl's name, woman's name, and I told her, I said, I'm not getting commercials where I'm supposed to. And I said, I'm losing subscribers. I said, I'll gain 2 subscribers, I'll lose 4. You know, I'll gain 3, lose 2. You know, I said, what's up with that? I said, that's happened to me once before. And miraculously, you know, I got a whole bunch of subscribers back one day. And she said, oh, blah, 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 you know, all this stuff. And she said, well, how do you know you're not getting commercials? I said, ma'am, I said, or, you know, I was typing. I'm one of those chicken typers, you know, trying to find my letters. Anyway, I was telling her, I said, you know, I said, I watch my videos. I said, y'all encourage people, YouTube creators, to watch your videos and make sure everything's okay. And, you know, she said, well, you shouldn't be watching your own videos. And I said, ma'am, I said, y'all, you know, that's what y'all encouraged, you know, to make sure everything's good. Anyway, she was of no help. So I just said, thanks for your time. And, you know, I moved on. You know, I was wasting my time. She wasn't going to help me, or didn't know how to help me. I don't have no clue. But anyway, once again, I want to remind you, if you are a subscriber to my channel, would you check to make sure you're still a subscriber? Because I've heard other YouTubers that are making videos that they are losing subscribers too. I don't know if they're accidentally hitting unsubscribe or if YouTube's doing it. I don't know. I don't have no control over nothing. All I'm doing is trying to make a video, and you know, and talking to y'all is kind of like therapy for me, if that makes any sense. I mean, it kind of helps me to wind down, and you know, and I'm telling y'all what's going on in my life. If y'all's going through some of this, let me know, and I'll be happy to pray for you. My wife and I, we have a big long list of names, and a lot of the folks are from YouTube. You know, hey, here's my name, or here's so-and-so's name, you know, pray for them, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I didn't mean to say blah, 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 but, you know, pray for them, and I will, every day. You know, I pray every day, everybody's on the list. So anyway, I know I've talked a long time, but I had to get a lot of things off my chest, and I'm just going to tell them when I cover up this truck with some tarps, and I let it run. I guess it's time to turn it off. But I want to thank y'all for watching. You're watching Primer at Its Best, and I have a second YouTube channel that I occasionally put videos up on. It's called Man on a Budget. I'm also on Facebook, Primer at Its Best, and Instagram, Primer at Its Best. If you'd like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, it would mean so much. Honestly, honest to God, it surely would. I appreciate everyone that has subscribed, and all those that send in videos to try to help keep my channel going. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. God bless each and every one of y'all. I appreciate it so much. And let me know what you think about old Left Turn Bill here. I know he's wanting to go somewhere, but I honestly don't have time. There's a lot of things I gotta get ready to go to help my mother-in-law. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Whenever that is, it might be tomorrow. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. But just pray for us, and remember, the Lord's always in charge, and He won't put on more than you can handle. So we can handle this, can't we? You and I. If you're going through stuff like this or having a hard time in your life, we can handle it. God bless y'all. Catch you in the next one, guys. See y'all later. Okay, guys, I got it. Took 3 tarps. I'd rather do too much is not enough. 3 tarps, 2 plastic trash, you know, big bags to cover up the wheels. I don't think it's going to hurt anything, but Mrs. PIB gave me 3, and I said, I just need 2. So I went back and got the 3rd one because, the tarp, I mean, because I don't want to hear her say, I told you so. How many times have you heard that? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm just going to let you know what it looks like now. Here's old Blue. God bless y'all. Thanks for watching, guys. Sure do appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all stay safe. Please like and subscribe to Primer at Its Best on YouTube. God bless y'all. See you later.